Welcome to the series The 5 Rules of Rebooting, presented by Porn Reboot. Today we're going to be talking about rule number 4, which is always implement self-care. You have to take the time for self-care in your life while rebooting. Self-care is simply the process of taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. Typically, when you're struggling with an out-of-control behavior with porn, sex, or masturbation, you've been using it to escape from your pain, to relax, and to reward yourself. That's how it has worked for you. Now it's time to replace the relaxing, the rewarding, and the escaping with self-care, and that can be challenging. Many men spend a great deal of time trying to implement self-care. It really has to be a habit that you build up in your life. Without self-care, it doesn't matter how much therapy you do, what groups you go to, or how much you pray. You are always going to relapse. Self-care is one of those rules which absolutely cannot be broken. Commonly, men going through a reboot don't feel that they deserve to give themselves any sort of self-care. For instance, with the Porn Reboot system, the vast majority of our clients are business owners and high-performance professionals. A man might think, I don't deserve to get 8 to 9 hours of restful sleep because every other night I've been spending 2 hours viewing pornography. He might think I'm worthless, I don't have any self-discipline, or I don't deserve time for myself. He might also think, I have a business to run. I have a busy dental practice or law practice that I need to focus on. Instead of working on what I needed to work on last night, I spent that time masturbating. That sort of mindset is actually one of the things that is sabotaging their reboots. On the other hand, there are some men who may claim on the outside that they are engaging in appropriate self-care. Maybe they're working out, trying to eat right, and engaging socially with the right people. Maybe they're resting their minds and bodies, but in reality, they don't truly feel that they deserve self-care. So they're not implementing self-care to its full ability. Maybe they're not eating healthy or working out all the time or just in spurts. Or perhaps the drive to work on something else that porn has taken away from them takes over. Sometimes men bring up the fact that they're a family man. They'll say, I'm married, I've got kids, I've got a business to run, I've got a very busy career. All this self-care, making efforts to eat right, waking up early and going to work or working out in the evenings after work, all these little things that I'm doing, even getting more sleep, this is taking away from my family time. I feel that I'm being very selfish when I focus on me and just me alone. I've been trained, or I believe that I have responsibilities. I have to give my wife attention. I have to take care of the kids. I can't be doing all these things for me because I have a problem with pornography. It's important to remember the difference between selfish and self-care. You become selfish when you start taking more than you need. You're engaging in self-care when you start taking as much as you need. So with that in mind, brothers, it's important to remember that you can't be good to others if you are not good to yourself. So many people are stuck in their current lifestyle, especially men who are struggling with an out-of-control behavior with pornography. And they fail to realize that they are not being the best business owner or employer or the best father or husband or boyfriend that they can be because they are not taking care of themselves. When you start taking care of yourself, you actually start looking at others in a different light. You start noticing and you start actually caring about their mental health, their well-being, and their own self-care as well. Don't feel as if you're preaching to them because you're actually implementing it in your life. I'll give you a typical example of what some of my clients do. Say you're working on a big goal. When you complete the goal or project, that's when you feel that you deserve a reward. During that project, even if this goal lasts for a very long period of time, you don't believe that you deserve a break or that there's anything to celebrate. You don't believe that you deserve any self-care. So you keep all your self-care for the end. And this is a mindset that's very prevalent among professionals who are struggling with porn. You keep all that celebration for the end and that self-care. Unfortunately, what is happening at the end of the project, you start feeling that you deserve something important, something great, and that usually ends up being pornography. That's how a lot of men fall for the trap of using porn as a reward for a job well done. Brother, whether you are entrepreneurial, whether you are a business owner, or you are a high-performance individual, it is vital to stay accountable regarding self-care and pacing yourself. One of the best things that you can do for self-care is to start with your body. That starts with eating healthier and exercising. Then for your mind, it starts with taking some time in the morning to journal or reflect. We've got a wonderful workbook in our Facebook group, which you can use. If you're not a part of the group, click on the link below this video to join. Get the workbook and use that in the morning before you even pick up your phone. We'll show you the basics of taking care of your mind and your body. To learn more about self-care and ending your out-of-control behavior with porn, sex, and masturbation, visit pornreboot.com.